Oh my God. I just did a whole session and I wasn't recording. Okay, so here we go. Round 2. Ding, ding, ding. So I forgot in the beginning of the original recording that I needed to tell you we need a chair for today. So let's start with the chair, shall we? Oh, yes. Let's not get distracted. Today's session. Um, control in motion, movement in motion, control in motion. Control in motion. Okay, so we are going to work through different movements within the pelvis. Let me just make sure this is recording. Yes, okay. We're going to make sure that we move the hips, not pelvis, the hips into flexion and extension in different ways. So we're going to start off with our seated roll downs. You are going to grab a chair. It doesn't matter what chair it is. This is my opportunity to actually correct chair because I realized half my head was chopped off. Okay, now that we have finally centered ourselves, grab a chair, any chair. It can be a couch, it can be a dining room chair, anything that doesn't move. And if it's got wheels, make sure that it's locked. All right, so the feet are slightly more forward so that when we roll down, the knees will come forward, the body will come forward, and we're still supported by the feet. Have the legs as wide as you need them to be so that you can fit. We're going to have the arms down the center, inhaling nice and tall. And let's exhale. Nod chin to chest, rolling down one vertebra at a time through the spine. Let the head lead the movement and rolling down as far as you're comfortable with going. You're going to take an inhale there. Exhale, draw the belly in, connect that core, start restacking the spine. Sit bones, hips, lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, head. And we're going to go again. Inhale, exhale. You're dropping the chin. You are now working through the vertebra first and foremost. You want to roll down as far as you can before the pelvis needs to hinge. So once all those vertebrae are curled, then you hinge from the hips. So we're mimicking that hinging movement. We're just adding some spinal mobility and we are deepening the range. Inhale here. Exhale, draw the belly in, tighten that core to support the back as you're restacking and pulling the heavy load of the head back up and restacking nice and tall. And let's go again. Exhale, nodding the chin to the chest, rolling down, letting everything go. Arms relaxed, dead weight, finding your height. Inhale. Exhale. Now as you reverse, you restack the pelvis first. Once you're on those sit bones, you start restacking the vertebra one at a time above the pelvis, tall through the crown of the head. And let's go again. Inhale and exhale. We drop the chin, let the shoulders go, leading with the crown of the head, rolling down, releasing. Take a lovely inhale. Exhale, tighten the tummy, restack the pelvis. And then each vertebra one at a time. This is a move you can do at your office desk, you can do at your study desk, you can do while you're sitting watching TV. It's a really lovely movement to get everything flowing. Each vertebra gets mobilized, the hips get moved. So it's a real number one. And let's go again. Nodding chin. And you're controlling that movement the entire way down. Don't let gravity do the work for you. You are the one lowering. Pausing at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale, belly active as we restack. Rising and lengthening through the crown of the head. Booyah. Okay, so now the spine is warm. We're going to move the chair out the way. We do not need it in the long run. And we are now going to move into some bridge pulses. Pelvic curl pulses. I prefer calling them pelvic curls because we curl up instead of hinge up. All right, so the spine is relatively warmed up now. So let's get into our prepped position. We're going to have feet and knees roughly fist distance apart. relatively close to the sit bones. Pelvis neutral, ribs connected, arms down to the sides of the body. We're going to roll up, hold at the top and pulse. We're going to inhale, exhale, draw the belly in, tuck the tailbone, bring the legs into the equation to deepen that tuck. Start peeling the spine up and off the floor, one vertebra at a time, eyes parallel to the thighs. You lower down 1 centimeter and tuck deeply as you lift up. Instead of an arch, make sure ribs connected, base of the bum cheeks engaged, and pulse. Lead with that pubic bone. Keep the inner feet grounded on the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rolling back down for me, releasing back to neutral. Okay, so from there, we're now going to go for our leg slides with a 45-degree lift in the leg. So, what you really want to focus on is that neutral pelvis. We're going to straighten the leg by dragging the heel and then flex the ankle and lift the leg up to a 45-degree angle. Now, if you have the left leg straight, when you lift it, make sure the hip does not rock to the left. And when you're lifting, you want to also make sure that the tailbone doesn't tuck and that lower back presses into the mat. So this is a super exercise for pelvic stability, core stability. It's number one when you really get it right. Okay, so we're going to have our neutral pelvis. Let's start with the right leg. We're going to inhale, lengthen the leg away, dragging the heel on the floor. If the heel sticks and stutters, no problem, more of a challenge for that core. Once the leg is straight, flex the toes to the nose, push through that heel of that foot, lightly anchor the left hip by pushing lightly into that left foot, and now exhale, lengthen your right leg as you lift it up to a 45-degree angle, and then inhale, lower down, and exhale to draw the heel back in. Once you place the right foot back on the floor, you'll feel if those hips move back to our neutral position at the end. If there was movement, take note of the movement so you know if the hip dipped or tucked so that you can focus on it on the next one. And let's go. Inhale, drag that left heel along the floor. Flex the ankle, push strongly through the heel, light pressure in that right foot. Lengthen your left leg as you exhale to raise it up to a 45-degree angle. And then inhale to lower down with control. And exhale, draw that heel back in. Now my hips rotate to the left naturally, so it's a lot more challenging for me to keep the pelvis neutral when I'm lifting the left leg. So I just need to make sure I focus even more on that core activation. Let's go right side. Inhale, lengthening, keep those ribs connected. Flex the ankle, push through the heel, and exhale, lengthen the leg as you rise. Inhale to lower down, and exhale to draw the heel back in. And let's go left side. Inhale, lengthening out, light pressure in the left leg, foot. Flex that ankle, push through the heel, and exhale, rising up for me, 45 degrees. Inhale to lower down, keep that knee straight and long, and exhale to draw back in for me. And let's go again with that right side. Inhale, lengthening, flexing the ankle. Exhale, push through the heel to keep that leg straight. Create length. Inhale down to help keep the pelvis stable. And exhale, bending the knee back in. And left side. Inhale, lengthening long, flexing, push through the heel. Engaging into that core. Right foot pressing down as we lengthen and lift that left leg up for me. And inhale to lower back down and draw back in. Lovely work. Let's go one more each way for me. And inhale, lengthen that right leg. Ribs connected, and exhale, lengthen through the heel as you rise up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to draw back in. And last one here for me. Inhale, lengthen that left leg, ribs connected. Exhale, lengthen, lift that left leg up. And inhale, lower down. And exhale to draw the heel back in. Whew. Alrighty. So, that is day 12 of control and motion, now that my brain is back in one piece. I faffed with my hair in the last one as well, because it's just going a little bonkers when I turn my head, and I'm trying to fix it every time. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the session. We focused a lot on general forward, backwards, flexion, extension movements in the hips that we'll deal with nearly on a daily basis. Really focus once again on that beautiful single leg lift. We're not bringing it to 90. A lot of people's hamstrings don't have the capability. Their pelvises are too locked, hamstrings are too tight, and then we're kind of defeating the point of the exercise with the hips having to compensate to allow for the range. So go for that 45-degree angle first and foremost. See how it works for you. It's a power exercise when you get it right, because then you are really and truly focusing on your core and pelvic stability while isolating the movement into the hip joint, getting that hip flexor involved from not extended, but neutral position up, instead of coming from a flexed position and then bending the knee into the chest. Felt like I needed to say that, but I feel like there's no ta-da moment. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the session. And once again, if you have any questions, just let me know. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 13. Bye.